Hello everyone, today is 11th of April, now it's about 6 o'clock in the evening Moscow time. I'm Levan Gudadze and this is new episode of Headlines, short summary of the news that Russian media reported today during the day and about which I will talk about in little more detail during the second news update on my Patreon. And well, let's go through some headlines now. If you are interested in more news from Russia and the commentary, then please consider to subscribe to my Patreon. Link is under this video in description box and in the pinned comment. And let's go through headlines now. RT is reporting that Russia conducts massive strikes on Ukrainian energy infrastructure. This report about Russian large-scale drone and missile strikes that was conducted during the previous night on military and logistics infrastructure of Kiev regime, and one of the main directions of these strikes, main targets, were energo infrastructure. And I share on my Telegram channel videos and information about quite significant destruction that was done to energo infrastructure of Kiev regime. Vzglyad newspaper is reporting that Russian FSB, Russian Federal Security Service, and Defense Ministry neutralized the Ukrainian sabotage group or Ukrainian special forces group that was trained by United Kingdom's militaries to conduct sabotage operations in Kherson region. And during this operation to neutralize these Ukrainian saboteurs, one military personnel of Kiev forces were captured. And well, he had some very interesting things to say. I watched video and of course all the details during the second update. This is not the first, and I'm afraid not the last time when British trained saboteurs have been sent on these suicidal missions towards Crimea or towards Kherson region of the Russian Federation. RT is reporting that Zelensky's Crimea breach threats proves Kiev's terrorist intentions. According to Kremlin, German media, Axel Spiegel or Springer, Axel Springer reported about statements of Zelensky during the interview when he openly said that he and his government intends to destroy Russian civilian infrastructure, including Crimean bridge. And the press spokesman of Russian President Dmitry Peskov was asked about these statements of Zelensky, and that's the answer, that Zelensky's threats, including towards Crimean bridge, proves that Kiev regime is a terrorist regime. Everyone knows about it already, but if anyone needed additional proof, then there it is. Vzglyad newspaper is reporting that during the Russian local-scale offensive operation in LPR, in Lugansk People's Republic, a Ukrainian stronghold was captured by Russian forces, and during the clashes, terrorists were neutralized with the batches that Islamic terrorist groups are using, affiliated with the ISIS. I share video about it on my Telegram channel, by the way, and this is video here. And this is, for example, screen capture. As you can see, neutralized terrorists there, and that's a batch that those terrorists were using. So additional factual evidence is that Kiev regime is cooperating with terrorist groups, including ISIS. And of course they are cooperating. After all, Kiev regime is controlled by Washington and London, by US and UK secret services, and those Al-Qaeda, ISIS and rest of the terrorist groups were also created and are operating under direct orders from Washington and London, MI6, British intelligence, and CIA, US terrorist organization. So nothing new there, really. It's just additional factual evidences to prove this. RIA Novosti's report that Ukrainian so-called parliament voted for a bill about mobilization, controversial bill, and well, from now on, I guess tens and hundreds of thousands of citizens of Ukraine are doomed to end up on the line of contact and most likely die for Zelensky and his criminal associates and the geopolitical agenda of their Western masters. Vzгляд newspaper reporting that so-called foreign minister of Ukraine, Kuleba, during his interview with the Washington Post, start openly threatening West and basically demanding Patriot air defense systems. And Kuleba even said that time for nice talk is over, and now you're gonna talk with the West from differently. They're gonna demand now everything. And okay, let's go. Let's see how this will go. How this will go down. These criminals, by the way, because they get used to impunity with which they were committing crimes against Russia, against citizens of Ukraine, first of all, and then against Russia and Russian citizens. These criminals lost touch with reality, and they think they can terrorize or blackmail their Western masters. They are mistaken very much, and they will pay heavy price, by the way. If they will escape Russian justice, they will be punished by their Western masters. It's only a matter of time. Because once they will be used, I don't think Western ruling elites will have any much interest to keep them safe or secure. They don't. RT is reporting that, well, according to Foreign Minister of Switzerland, Ignacio Classis, Ukraine peace impossible without Russia, and, well, quite adequate statement in this particular case from Swiss foreign minister. But point is, still Swiss leadership is planning to conduct this so-called conference on Ukraine, in which Russia is not participating. And what is the point of this conference, on which whoever will participate gonna discuss so-called Zelensky's peace formula? I don't know, man. These people should be serious people. They are on high ranking of positions in different countries, Switzerland and whichever other country will participate. And why they're gonna spend time to discuss this nonsensical so-called peace formula from Zelensky, I have no idea. And Kremlin once again reacted on this upcoming so-called peace conference in Switzerland on topic of Ukraine. And according to Kremlin, Ukraine peace talk is pointless without Russia. Obvious stuff. And this was stated by Kremlin's spokesperson Dmitry Peskov. I mean, really obvious statement. No surprises there. And Russian officials already stated that they are not willing to participate in nonsensical conferences where delusional ideas of Zelensky will be discussed or should be discussed. Russia has no time for this BS. RT is reporting that Russia may drop moratorium on intermediate range missiles, according to high-ranking Russian diplomat. Interesting development. As I mentioned in previous updates, all that security construction that was built during the Cold War era is crumbling, and they're basically already being destroyed, one may say. Construction on which peace was based after Second World War. And well, after formalization of Russian victory over the Western ruling class, which is inevitable, of course, I guess this divided world, on one side Western ruling class and countries in the collective West that they are in control of, and the rest of the world will probably come up with a new construction on which world security will be based in 21st century. Let's see. RT is reporting that EU member rebooks West over belligerent Russia talks. Newly elected president of Finland is stating, Alexander Stubb is stating that NATO should be prepared for an attack from Moscow, although this is a highly unlikely, and therefore he is basically demanding from EU member states, NATO member states, to do more to support Zelensky's terrorist regime. Okay, I mean, no surprises. Finland no longer has any adequate leaders. All of them are assets of CIA, and you can imagine the level of intelligence of those assets, man. They're just puppet clowns. Interfax is reporting also about Finland, by the way, that Finnish leadership now is working on options to facilitate NATO military bases on its territory. Okay, yet again, no surprises. Finland enjoyed neutrality for decades and decades, and basically all lifestyle of Finland, level of quality of life in Finland, Finnish economical development, everything is due to this neutrality. Everything is due to this neutrality, and now Finnish leadership is positioning Finland as an enemy of Russia. That's too sad, man. That's too bad. I don't know what Finnish citizens are thinking about these developments, but I mean, if I was Finn, I would not be happy for sure, because this does not make any sense what Finnish leadership is doing. But it's their business. Let them facilitate NATO bases if they want to. Russia will respond in proper manner, and for the beginning, whatever, you know, if there will be 1 or 2 or 5 bases of NATO in Finland, then I guess 10, 15 or 20 Russian nuclear warheads will have coordinates of those bases in Finland, and if anything happens, then we all know how things are gonna go down. As I said, man, if I was Finn, I would not be happy at all with the decision-making process in Helsinki, man. They are definitely jeopardizing best interests of Finnish society. I have no doubts about it. But yet again, if Finnish society is happy with whatever is happening there, then what can I do about it? And RT is reporting, excuse me, about Finland also. Finland is making headlines in Russian media today. And this new NATO member state plans now to cut pensions. Well, they are willing to spend billions to support terrorists in Kiev, and simultaneously, and they are willing to spend their billions to facilitate NATO bases, and same time they have no money to support the elderly, and they are cutting now on pensions, really. And this is what Finnish society really wants. I don't know, man. I just don't get it. But what can I do? RT is reporting that Vietnam is working on a BRICS membership bid. This was reported by Russian Izvestia media outlet. Interesting development. Vietnam is, of course, can be considered as one of the economical tigers of the global south. Vietnam is developing very rapidly, and it will definitely benefit both sides, BRICS and Vietnam itself, if Vietnam will become member of BRICS. Let's see. And finally, I will share with you information that today Russian Angara A5 rocket was launched first time from Cosmodrome Vostochny in far east of Russian Federation. During the previous 2 days, this launch was postponed, and today I watched this launch live. Everything went okay, and well, this testing launch was successful. And by the way, missile is quite capable one. It can deliver to orbit some 20 tons of goods, which is significant. Not every missile can deliver to orbit this heavy payload. And I will end this short summary now. Hopefully you will find it interesting and useful, somewhat informative, and as I said in the beginning, more detailed discussion about these topics during the second news update on my Patreon page. And yes, if you find this video interesting and informative, if you find my channel interesting and informative, and one that deserves to exist, please consider to support my work with small donations through PayPal, buy me Boosty, by the way, PayPal, Boosty, or by subscribing to my Patreon, on which I have some extra content on regular basis, not just news updates, but also some non-political videos, some photos, and so on. I'm trying my best to make my Patreon page as interesting as I can for our Patreon community, and I have some plans to make it even better. So this is it for now. Have a great day and take care.